And we are back. Thanksgiving mini marathon, the third game of the day. Or as Kathy Harden puts it, appetizer, entree, and now the dessert. Hey there, Ben. Thank you, sir. I feel a little tired, actually, but I'm ready to go. The night game of our Thanksgiving triple header, the mini marathon, and by popular demand, it's the Detroit Tigers at the New York Yankees, jumping ahead a couple of games on the schedule. Some fried apples for dessert. Why not? It kind of reminds me of the line from the Rolling Stones, Shattered. And I will leave it at that. Either you know it or you don't. But after getting spanked in the 77 and 78 World Series, I really enjoyed it when that song came out. Let's see. Yeah, I am a bit early. But I had some party snacks, basically meat, cheese, and crackers. I made myself a cup of decaf tea. Hey. So we might as well fire it up. I'll give it a few minutes here, see if anybody trickles in. We got 6 in now, and Blaine has joined us. I would imagine by this time, those back east have had their dinner by now. Ben had sloppy joes. How do I know that? Well, he told us in the last game. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to have that pie later with lots of whipped cream. Or maybe I should put it another way. I'm going to have some whipped cream with some pie. My whips are stuck together. My pole whips. Yeah, that's another inside joke back from my Safeway days. This guy actually, somebody at his apartment complex, whatever, group home, dared him to eat super glue, and he did it. He says, I put it, and then my whips were stuck together. My pole whips. At the time, I was just staring at him in disbelief. Now it's kind of funny. But, yeah, like, why would you do that? Blaine's about to sit down to dinner. Happy Thanksgiving, Blaine. Well, you know, we're on the right side of the grass still, so I'm thankful for that alone. For the Tigers today, Dave Wickersham will take the mound, the right-hander, and the righty Jim Bouton will start for the Yankees. And so the Spokane Steve's tip for the day, do not eat super glue, even on a dare. Try to eat something that's actually, I don't know, edible. Wickersham has not had a good year. He's 1-2, 5.84. This will be his 7th start. He's also worked 11 games out of the pen in 45 innings of work, 59 hits allowed, 20 walks, 29 strikeouts. This will be Bouton's 5th start. He's worked 12 games out of the pen and is 2-2 with a 3.04, 53 and a third innings, 47 hits, 12 walks, 26 strikeouts. And I'm taking my sweet time here getting started, since I did say it would be 5:30 my time, and it's only 5:15. But yeah, I have to be honest, after eating, I was laying on the couch watching The Sandlot, which I'm sure everybody's seen. Saw the last part of it anyway. And I thought to myself, man, if I don't get set up doing something, I'm going to take a nap. So I splashed some cold water on my face, made myself a cup of tea, and set her up to roll. Hey, Captain Carl's back. It is amazing to see so many familiar faces for all 3 games today. You have no idea what this means to me. Here on a Thanksgiving, alone in a way, yes, but never alone when you're with your Strat-O-Matic family. Yeah, it's a cute movie about kids playing baseball. Nothing earth-shaking, but it's fun. Definitely a baseball movie. Here's the lineup for the Tigers. It'll be Dick McAuliffe leading off at third base. Dick Tracewski is at second base. Norm Cash, of course, bats third and plays first. Al Kaline in the cleanup spot in center field. Jim Northrup in right field, followed by Willie Horton in left. Bill Freehan will do the catching. Ray Euler is the shortstop, and the pitcher Wickersham batting ninth. At the top of the page under Who's Hot and Who's Not, Who's Hot is Fred Gladding. In the last 10 days, 7 scoreless innings, 1-0, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. And hello, Gandalf. Apparently you got your suit back from the cleaners. I may have to go into more detail on these inside stories so that you guys can fully appreciate them. And there's Astros back for Game 3. Fantastic. Okay, I'll do the Gandalf one since we're early. I was working at the store, and one of the courtesy clerks, box girls, we used to call them, but apparently that's not acceptable term anymore. I was a box boy, okay, when I was 15. That's no longer an acceptable term. Anyway, I digress. This gal Katrina was getting married, and it was going to be a medieval wedding. And an invite was put on the break room corkboard for everyone. So Monday morning comes around, we're in the break room, and she goes, "Nobody from work came to my wedding." And without missing a beat, I said, "Well, I would have come, Katrina, but my Gandalf suit was in the cleaners this weekend." Let's see, I'm going to turn the heater down, introduce the umpires. We'll go ahead and start a few minutes early. Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. As soon as I sit down at this chair, that heater fires up. I don't know if it's got an electric eye or what. Boughton ready to go to work. Here's the umpires. Bill Kinnaman behind the plate. Emmett Ashford at first. Bob Stewart at second, and Bill Haller down at third. Dick McAuliffe, the left-handed batter, steps to the plate. Boughton ready to go to work. McAuliffe hitting .222, 11 home runs, 24 RBIs. 40 for 180 to be sure, but 39 walks, so almost as many walks as hits. And that would make McAuliffe's on-base percentage, wait for it, .362. Not too shabby. Boughton with the windup. It's a 1-8 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep right, backing up his Maris at the track, at the wall. He leaps. And it's over the wall. Leadoff home run, Dick McAuliffe. Hey, how about that? Dick McAuliffe opens the game with his 12th home run of the season, and it's 1-0 Detroit. I'm not sure it was... he only worked 120 innings that year, but he did have a 2.69 ERA, Gandalf. So it was a good year. Whether it was his best year or not, I'll let somebody else field that question. So, yeah, normally I don't have a rooting interest, but I know a lot of you guys are Tiger fans, and since it's Thanksgiving, I'm not ashamed to admit I'm pulling for a Tiger win for you guys. Any Yankee fans watching, either now or on the replay, do not fear. We'll play it straight up, but not too much you can do to make a team better that comes into the game with a 21-38 record. Tigers 31-29. Dick Tracewski at the bat. Tracewski just 1 for 14 so far. But don't worry about his batting average. He's a 2.47 at second. That was a little sarcasm there. Bowden's pitch on a 5-5 right-handed. That's going to be a base hit into left center, double 10-20, and it is a single for Tracewski. He's a weak, of course. So on a 5-5 homer to 9, he gets the base hit. That'll bring up Stormin' Norman. Ben's got a tidbit for us about Kaline. Yes, I knew that, Ben. Yeah, straight out of high school. The only guy I can remember doing that was David Clyde, and we all know what happened to his career. Whether it was because of that or not, who's to say? Cash hitting .263, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs. Boughton to throw to first, Tracewski back to the bag. Now comes to the plate. 6-2 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right. Maris back on the track, hauls it in. Tracewski back to first. And that's the first out of the inning. And here is Al Kaline, the man of the hour. Hitting .332, 9 home runs, 35 RBIs. Boughton out of the stretch. The pitch, 6-7 right-handed, grounder second base X. This could be 2. That's the Gold Glover Richardson, a 117. Here's the play on a 17. Sure enough, Richardson gloves it to Boyer for 1, on to first. 4-6-3 double play. Nice play by Richardson. So the Tigers get a run on a leadoff homer by Dick McAuliffe, and after a half an inning, it's Detroit 1, New York coming to bat. That I didn't know, Ben. That's interesting. So he was born and went to high school in Baltimore. He joined the Tigers in '53, and after that season is when the Browns moved to Baltimore. Do you think he would have been a lifelong Oriole instead? God, we'll never know, will we? But that's an interesting tidbit that I did not know. Here's Dave Wickersham as he gets loose. Let's go over the Yankees lineup. Horace Clarke gets a rare start at third base. He'll lead it off. Bobby Richardson is at second. The Mickey Mantle in center field. Roger Maris is in right, batting fourth. Joe Pepitone is at first. Jake Gibbs will do the catching and hit sixth. Clete Boyer is at short. Roy White in left field, and Boughton the pitcher. Straighten this out here. Unmitigated. No, you're not late unmitigated. I'm early. Did you get them all out? I can't help but think of the Genesis song, Get 'Em Out by Friday. Sounds like you're way ahead of that pace, unmitigated. You got them out by Thursday. Horace Clarke is 11 for 29 on the year, mostly as a pinch hitter. That's a 379 average. He's a switch hitter batting left-handed. My fault, unmitigated. I apologize. I did start a bit early. Yeah, they're all out of here. That's one of the... I hope I never forget this. Oh my goodness, that's funny. That was the quickest job of preparing, serving dinner, and getting them out I've ever heard of. Wickersham into the windup now. The pitch to Clarke is a 4-8 lefty, and he loses in ball 4. A leadoff walk to Clarke. Clarke, a star 15 stealer. Let's check the battery now. Wickersham is a 0. Freehand with that -3 gun. Clarke not held at 12, and here's Richardson. Bobby hitting .269, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Wickersham out of the stretch. Delivers a 3-3 righty, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. Clarke could go to third on that, 14. But Kaline in center with that -4 gun will make it a 10, and they'll wisely hold him at second. So the first 2 Yankees reach. And with nobody out, up steps Mickey Mantle. Mantle at .253, 8 home runs, 25 RBIs. I'm pretty sure he was in the military. Wickersham checks the runners. The pitch to Mantle on a 1-7, single up the middle. Clarke can try to score on that. Same thing, though. 14 -4 is 10, and with nobody out, they're going to hold him, and the bases will be loaded with nobody out. So Wickersham in a jam already here in the first inning. Tigers got off to a 1-0 lead on a leadoff homer by Dick McCall, but the Yankees in the bottom of the first have loaded the bases with nobody out, and the batter is Roger Maris. Maris hitting just .189, 6 homers, 26 RBIs. Hello, Joel. Welcome in. Infield at double play depth. Wickersham set. The pitch to Maris is a 3-3 right-handed. Ground ball to second base. Trzaskowski has it. His only play is to first, and everybody's going to move up, and the game is tied. So Clarke scores, given RBI to Maris on the play. Richardson takes third. Mantle moves to second. And we're tied at 1. 2 down, runners at second and third, with Joe Pepitone up. Pepitone, .268 average, 8 homers, 33 RBIs. I'm going to roll for enter back early in the game. They'll be back. And here's Wickersham's pitch to Pepitone. 2-9 right-handed. That's crushed to deep right field. Northrup back at the track. It's gone. Joe Pepitone with a 3-run blast. Oh, my. And just like that, the Yankees bounce back and take a 4-1 lead. On a 2-9, homer to 17. Did I bounce the dice? Now I got to check that. I'm pretty sure I got it right, though. Yep, 2-9 to 17. He rolled the 3. So Joe Pepitone with a 3-run home run, his 9th of the season. And out to the mound goes Freehand. Early activity in the Tiger pen. A lot of left, right, left going on here. As the lefty Johnny Padres begins to toss in the Tigers' bullpen. Here's Gibbs, the catcher. Gibbs hitting .271, 2 homers, only 2 RBIs. Wickersham into the windup. 3-7 righty, and he bangs that into right field for a base hit. Wickersham is not fooling anybody in the first inning. Runner at first, one away. Cleet Boyer is the hitter. Boyer at 248, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Wickersham out of the stretch. 4-7 righty. Liner to second. Single 16, and he's got a base hit infield single. Gibbs stopping at second. So that's already 5 hits off of Wickersham in the first inning. Padres just about ready now in the Tigers' pen as Roy White steps to the plate. Willie Horton has been named your beer batter. That could be it, Ben. Tigers too bogged down from turkey. That second helping of stuffing didn't help either. Okay, it's White. 249, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. The switch hitter hitting a lefty against Wickersham. Wickersham comes in there with a 2-8 righty. That's a base hit into center field. Gibbs could try to score on that, but 12 minus 4 is an 8, so he will play it station to station, and the Yankees reload the bases and bat around in the first. Jim Bouton, the pitcher, up. He's a B-bunter. But the runner at third is a catcher, Jake Gibbs. Infield back. Here's the pitch to Bouton on a 2-2. He pops him up right side. Tracewski makes the catch. And that's the second out. And Horace Clarke will hit for the second time this inning with the bases loaded and 2 down. Wickersham gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-8 left-handed grounder to second. Tracewski throws him out, and that will do it. And I am going to split this box. So 4 runs for New York on, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. They leave the bases full. And after a wild first inning, it's 4-1 Yankees. Bouton takes the mound for the second. Hello, Colin. Welcome. Let's see how many we've got. I got 12 people here on an evening on a holiday. Okay, second inning. Plenty of ball game left. Jim Northrup will start it off. Northrup on the year hitting .237, 7 doubles, 7 triples, 7 home runs, and 27 RBIs. You couldn't have more 7s if you were at a slot machine. Bouton's pitch to Northrup. 4-3, grounder to first base X. That's the Gold Glover Pepitone, 1E8. Here is the play on a 17. He's got it. Feeds Bouton covering. Nice play by Pepitone. Hello again, Dan. Horton, the batter, the beer batter, too. And Horton leading the club in hitting at .354. He leads the club in homers with 17. He leads the club in RBIs with 46. Bouton gets his sign from Gibbs. Here's the pitch on a 5-8 righty. Fly ball to right field, playable for Maris, who makes the catch for the second out. A banner win at the old Witts household. Drink up, Johnny. Here's Bill Freehand. Freehand hitting just .206, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. Bouton into the windup, comes in with a 6-11 righty. He lifts it to straightaway left field. That's where Roy White is playing. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Okay, Wickersham on a short leash here as we go to the second. He was beating around like a piñata in the first. Bobby Richardson will lead it off. Oh, I know, the most overpriced hamburger place, I'm telling you. Richardson singled in the first. Wickersham gets his sign from Freehand. The pitch for Richardson is a 6-5 grounder shortstop X. That's going to be Euler. Euler at 228 into the hole on a 9 error range. It's a 6 on a 28, and the throw pulls Cash off the bag, and that's going to be an error on Euler. And uh-oh, here we go again. Error Tigers, Richardson aboard. No threat to steal, and here's Mickey Mantle. Padres looming in the bullpen. Wickersham pitching to the left-handed hitting Mantle. Did you get a text from Red Robin? Remember when Jack in the Box came out with the $5 burger? Or was that Carl's? Who came out with the... I can't remember now. $5 burger. It was a big deal. It was a fast food place trying to emulate the sit-down restaurants. Oh! And what did she have to say, pray tell? So Hardee's is the same as a West Coast chain, but I can't put my finger on it. Wickersham on thin ice here, facing Mantle. The pitch from the stretch on a 3-5 righty. Base hit into right field, all the way to third goes Richardson. And here comes Bob Swift, and he's seen enough. So an early Thanksgiving exit for Wickersham. Too early in the game to do a double switch. Here comes the lefty, Johnny Padres, rated 3 for relief endurance. Padres will come in and try to keep this game within striking distance. Carl's is Hardee's. Thank you, Dan. So they were the ones with the $5 burger. Of course, now their cheapest burger is over $5. Runners at the corners, nobody out in a 4-1 game. They're going to stay back. We want the double play. We don't want the big inning. Here's the pitch to Maris. It's a 6-8 left-handed. Liner to second, single on a run only. That's going to be speared by Trzeski. So a big first out for Padres. And the batter will be Joe Pepitone. Infield will remain at double play depth. Padres checks the runner at first from the stretch. 6-3 fly ball left field X. Tough chance for Horton. Horton 4-E6 on the move now. Here's the play on a 2. That's going to fall in for a double, and another run will score. So an RBI double for Pepitone. Richardson scores, and Mantle stops at third. 5-1 Yankees. And the batter is the catcher, Jake Gibbs. With second and third, one away, they will bring the infield in. Excuse me, yep, one away. Yikes. I hope she's a good driver, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I know the temptation here is to be generous on the holiday, but I would go with your gut on that one. Oh, that ain't going to be happening. There you go. What the heck's wrong with my feed? I'm monitoring my screen, and there we go. Infield in for Gibbs, 1 down. The left-hander winds and deals. That's going to be a 3-8 left-handed, and he walks him to reload the bases. So Gibbs with the 1-out walk. That's going to bring up Cleet Boyer with the bases loaded and 1 down. Infield moves to double play depth. Padres with the windup on a 5-8 right-handed. That's going to drive in 2 at least. 1-3 double. It's a 2-star single for Boyer. Mantle scores. Pepitone scores. All the way to third goes Gibbs. It's a 2-run single for Boyer, and the Yankees have blown it open in the second inning and lead it 7-1. Sorry, Detroit fans, I can't control the dice. Still just 1 away, and if he will be at double play depth for Roy White. Padres with the pitch. It's a 1-6 left-handed. Fly ball to center field, B question mark. K-line makes the catch. Runner at third is Gibbs, 12-14. -410 with the pitcher up. He's got to try 1-10. K-line's throw to the plate, and he scores. So Gibbs tags and scores. Give White an RBI. That makes it 8-1, and Boughton is the hitter. On a 5-6 right-handed. Fly ball to center. Easy play for K-line. And that'll do it. But the Yankees score 4 more on 3 hits, leave a man, and have blown it open 8-1 after just 2 innings of play. I'll second that, Dan Douglas. I actually thought the stress would end when she moved out. But we should know better, shouldn't we? What the heck? This is already much worse than the Lions game. All right, 3rd inning. Euler will start it off. Euler 12 for 66 on the year, a 182 average. Boughton into the windup on a 3-8 righty. He struck him out. And at this point, they need some length out of Padres. Padres is a 4 left-handed hitter, so we're going to need a new hitter's card here. At least he's a decent hitter. Boughton's pitch on a 2-7. He struck him out. So Padres down, and 2 down for McAuliffe, who homered to lead off the game, making it look promising for Detroit at the time, but it's all gone south for them ever since. Boughton's pitch to McAuliffe on a 3-6 righty, swung on and missed strike 3, and Boughton strikes out the side in the 3rd. Yes, and moving is expensive too. I'd actually like to move again, but really can't. Horace Clarke will lead off the bottom of the 3rd against Padres. He will bat righty against the left-handed pitcher. Pitch from Padres on a 6-6 right-hander. He pops him up left side. Euler will take it. That'll bring up the second baseman, Richardson. Singled and reached on an error, scored twice. On a 6-7 righty, grounder second base X. That's going to be Trzaskowski, 2E47. Here's the play. On a 16, he's there. Throws to Cash, 2 down. Nice play, Trzaskowski at second. 2 down, nobody on, and here's the Mick. Mantle 2 for 2 in this one. Batting right-handed against Johnny Padres as he goes into his windup, and the pitch on a 3-8 lefty. He struck him out. So Padres sets him down in order in the third. We've played 3. It's 8-1 New York. Boughton ready to go to work in the fourth inning. Trzaskowski will start it off. He singled his first time up. Boughton gets the sign. Pitches a 1-3 righty, and he grounds that one up the middle and through into center field. And Dick Trzaskowski has 2 of the 3 Detroit hits. Heart of the order coming up. Norm Cash steps into the plate. Left-handed batter's box. Boughton from the stretch. The pitch is a 5-7 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 4th strikeout for Boughton, and that'll bring up Al Kaline. You know, it's funny, since it's dark outside, and the room is dark except for this area, I can actually see everything way better. So apparently it's all of the light sources that I can't control that make it harder for me to see. That's interesting. I'll have to make a note of that and mention that to my eye doctor next year. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Kaline. Boughton from the stretch. That's a 2-6 right-handed high fly ball driven deep to left field. Backing up with White to 18. It's gone. Home run, Kaline. A 2-run blast for Kaline makes it 8-3, and for Al Kaline, his 10th home run of the season. You could never count out a team that has hit 81 home runs so far. Here's Northrup, 0 for 1. Boughton gets his sign. The pitch to Northrup on a 6-8 lefty. Grounder down to first. Pepitone will take it himself. And there's 2 down. Here is Willie Horton. Team leader in home runs and RBIs, standing in from the right side. Boughton into the windup. It's a 4-7 righty, and he loses in ball 4. 2 out walk to Willie Horton. That'll get Bill Freehand to the plate here in the 4th inning. Freehand flew out to left his first time up. Boughton checks the runner. The pitch is a 4-5 righty. He pops him up. Boyer's going to take that one, and that'll do it. 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. And the score now 8-3 Yankees. Padres has worked 2 innings. This is his first endurance inning. It'll be Maris, Pepitone, and Gibbs, all left-handed hitters. Roger Maris 0 for 2. Padres gets the sign from Freehand. Comes in there with a 5-5 lefty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll bring up Pepitone, who's homered and doubled. We're on cycle watch for Pepitone. However, he cannot triple. The left-hander winds and deals 6-6, pops him up. Euler will take it, and there's 2 down. Here's the catcher, Jake Gibbs. Gibbs singled and walked so far. Padres into the windup. 3-7 left-handed. Liner to first, single to 19. They just does squirt it past Cash and into right field for a 2-out single. Clete Boyer steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Knocked in 2 in the second with a base hit. Padres checks the runner. The pitch on a 1-8 lefty. Fly ball to center. Routine for K-Line. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're through 4. Yankees 8, Tigers 3. That'll do it for Padres. He'll yield for a pinch hitter in the 5th. So Wickersham, what an ugly line. 6. 7 hits. 6 runs. 5 earned. Walked 1. Did not strike out a batter. Padres in 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. That should have been the 3rd out, so 1 unearned. 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. That's their lefty, so they're going to look for a backwards right-hander. That's going to be Orlando Pena warming up. Euler will lead it off. Pinch hitter to follow. We'll see who that is here in a moment. Euler struck out in the 3rd. Boughton ready to go to work now. The windup. The pitch to Euler's a 6-6 righty. He bangs that into left for a hit. Double to 2, just misses it. He rounds and holds with a long single. Pinch hitting for Padres. Too early for Gates Brown. They're going to go to Jake Wood. So Jake Wood hitting for Johnny Padres here in the 5th. Wood hitting .288 on the season. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Thank you, Ben, for fielding that question. Yeah, pitcher with reverse splits, in other words. That's what I usually hear them say on the Major League broadcast. He has reverse splits. But in Strat-O-Matic, we've always called them backwards. Say it would be true for a right-handed batter who's better against right-handers. He'd be a backward righty hitter, since you expect them to do better against their opposite hand. Euler taking a modest lead at first. Boughton out of the stretch. The pitch to Jake Wood is a 3-7 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the 5th strikeout for Boughton. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe 1 for 2 with a home run. Boughton ready to go here. The pitch from the stretch on a 2-4. He struck him out. Called strike 3. McAuliffe not happy about it. And here's Dick Tracewski, who's 2 for 2. Boughton's pitch on a 1-7 righty. He loses him ball 4. And how about that Tracewski? He's been on all 3 times. Euler moves to second. And here comes Norm Cash. A homer by Cash here could make things very interesting. He's 0 for 2 today. Flew to right in the 1st, struck out in the 4th. Boughton checks the runners. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cash. It's a 6-2. High fly ball to right. Maris backing up on the track makes the catch. Oh my, he just got under it. So no runs, a hit, 2 left. We're halfway through. Yankees leading 8-3. New pitcher for Detroit is going to be Orlando Pena. Happy Thanksgiving, Ernest. Loud out indeed. I call it that because it was a ballpark home run. Of course, I'm not playing with that, but if I were in my car, Pena on the season, 3-2, 4.89, 39 innings of work. Roy White, 1 for 1 with a sac fly, batting left-handed against Pena. Pena ready to go to work. The pitch to White on a 1-4. He walks him. Leadoff walk to White. White with good speed now. Let's check the battery. Pena a 0 hold. Of course, Springham with a -3 cannon. White not held at 12. And Boughton a B. They're going to bring it in. He'll be a C. And he's going to lay it down as a C. 7C, that'll get it done as he bunts it to first. Sacrifice for Boughton. Here's Clark now. Clark 0 for 2 with a walk. Pena gets the sign, checks the runner. The windup and the pitch, 6-2 lefty, fly ball left field X. Horton will be tested yet again on a 4-E6. Here's the play. On a 6, he's not going to get there. That's going to roll to the wall for extra bases. They're waving White in, and Clark will be in with an RBI double. That makes it 9-3. He did all kinds of commercials. One of them was a beverage of some kind. Here's Bobby Richardson now. Runner at second, 1 down. Pena with the windup. Pitch on a 1-7 righty, grounder to shortstop. Euler gloves it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. And up steps Mickey Mantle, who's 2 for 3 today. Pena getting the sign. You know, that sounds right, Ernest. The pitch to Mantle, 6-6 left-handed, liner to second, single to 3. That's going to be caught by Trzaskowski, and that'll do it. The Yankees, however, add a run on 1 hit and leave 1. And through 5, it's 9-3 Yankees. I think it was 7-up. Verner's 2. He was all over the place. And I'm with Ben, actually, on as far as Ernest goes. At first, it was funny, but he was everywhere on the TV. It got old pretty quick. All right. This whole thing is sliding. We move to the 6th. Tigers have a big hill to climb here. Boughton in his first endurance inning, and Al Kaline will be leading it off. Kaline homered his last time up. Boughton with the windup on a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Boughton mowing him down now. That's his 7th strikeout. And here's Jim Northrup. Boughton with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-10 left-handed. Fly ball center field X. Tough play for Mantle, 4-3. Mantle to his left on a 3. He's not going to get there. That'll drop in for a base hit. So 1-out single for Northrup. And up steps Willie Horton. Willie Horton, a fan favorite here. Also your beer batter of the day. Flew to right and walked. Boughton out of the stretch. Delivers a 1-8 right-handed. Fly ball to straightaway center. Mantle backs up a bit, and he's got this one. 2 down. Here's Bill Freehand. Boughton checks the runner. Comes to the plate. 1-6. Grounder to short. Boyer charging it. Throws on the run in time. No runs to hit, 1 left. So Boughton, other than surrounding a couple of long balls, has pretty much been in control here as we go to the bottom of the 6th on this Thanksgiving triple header. It's funny, you know, I have more energy than I thought I would by this point. Brainiacs. I love that word. It's funny. And World's Worst Gamer has he's managed to change his name back. How about that? Way to fight the man. Fight the power. Pena going to work his 2nd inning here. Roger Maris will start it off. Roger 0 for 3 today. Pena gets his sign. Pitches a 5-4 left-handed. That's catcher's card. That's going to be the Gold Glover Freehand. A 1-E2. On a 4, that's a pop out to the catcher. 1 down. Here's Pepitone, now 2 for 3, a homer and a double, 4 RBIs. Pena with the windup, 2-9 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep right. Northrup back at the track, gone. Joe Pepitone bucking for player of the game honors here as he launches his 10th home run of the season. That makes it 10-3. X-Files, Fight the Future. One of my favorite shows ever. Okay, Jake Gibbs, the hitter. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. The backup catcher. Pena comes in with a 4-10 lefty. Grounder shortstop X. Euler into the hole. 228. Here's the play on the 12 E-range, a 3 on a 28. This does not sound good. And he throws it and pulls Cash off the bag. That's going to be an error on Euler. Second Detroit error, both by Euler. And here's Clete Boyer. Boyer 2 for 3. Pena getting the sign. From the stretch, it's a 2-7 righty. That's banged into left center. Double to 7. It's going to be a long single. Gibbs, they're sending Gibbs to third, and he'll make it. Pena 4 for relief endurance, so no issues there. But Freehand's going to make a mound visit anyway. He'll face the switch hitting right. Freehand trying to calm him down a little bit. White singled, drove in a run with a sac fly and walked. White does not ground into many ground ball A's, so the Tigers, it almost seems kind of pointless, but we're still going to play it straight up. They're going to pull the infield in for Roy White. Pena delivers the pitch. 4-4 left-handed. High pop fly to shallow right. Northrup coming in. He makes the catch. Gibbs thinks about tagging, but then thinks better of it and goes back to third. So 2 down and Boughton at the plate. Pena's pitch on a 2-11. Grounder to second. Trzaskowski over to Cash, and that'll do it. So Pena gets out of the jam, giving up 1 run on the home run by Pepitone. The Yankees strand a pair. And after 6 complete, it's 10-3. Mookie is oh, there he is. He's not in the tower. Second endurance inning for Boughton. Euler will lead it off. He'll be followed by a pinch hitter for Pena. Boughton comes in with a 3-4, struck him out. So Pena goes 2 innings. We'll have a pinch hitter for him. And that's going to be Mickey Stanley. Stanley on the season hitting .308, 20 for 65 with a home run. Bowden into the windup. It's a .310 right-hander, and he draws the walk. Stanley off the bench draws the walk. 1 down, top of the order. And here's Dick McAuliffe, who's fanned twice after hitting a first-inning leadoff home run. Boughton from the stretch. Lefty Steve Hamilton, righty Hal Reniff warming up in the Yankee pen. 4-10 lefty, fly ball to center X, tough chance for Mantle. 4-E3, Mantle on his horse. Here's the play on a 5, he's not going to get there. That drops for a base hit, and Stanley goes all the way to third. And now one hitter walk will fatigue Boughton. Let's see if they have another lefty down there. They don't. Momentary thoughts of hitting for Trzaskowski. However, with 2 hits and a walk, I'm going to let him go. Infield at double play depth. 1 down, runners at the corners. Boughton out of the stretch on a 4-8. Grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Boyer to Richardson for 1. 2 Pepitone. 6-4-3 double play. Way to kill a rally there. And as we go to the stretch, it's all Yankees, 10-3. New pitcher coming on for Detroit. Left, right, switch left, left. I'm not even sure what to do with that at this point. Where's my other cards? Okay, well, in what looks like a lost cause, we're going to get Bill Monbouquet up. Was that his big year, Ernest? 63. Somebody was asking about that earlier. Top of the order here for the Yankees. Clark, 1 for 3 with a walk. Monbouquet on the hill, goes into the windup. Pitch to the lefty is a 5-9 routine grounder to second. Trzaskowski scoops it up, throws him out. Here's Bobby Richardson now. Monbouquet getting his sign. 2-10 righty. He pops up to second base. Trzaskowski will take it. Oh, I forgot about Mook. A late 7th inning stretch. Here's the Mick. For now at the plate, the Mick. Soon up the Mook. 6-3 lefty. Fly ball to left field X. Another chance for Horton, 4-6. Here's the play on an 8, error range. It's an 8 on an E6, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Nice play by Horton. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees, and let's take a look at Mookie. Well, he's not in the tower. Mookie, what are you looking at, Mookie? Slow turn to the head. Are you looking at me? He's just disgusted with me, isn't he? He's on his tufted pillow there. Man, he's got it bad. Yeah, he wants to put on some records. That sounds good. I'll tell you what I'm definitely going to do, though, after this is over. I'm going to have a big slice of pie. Will I listen to records after that? I do not know. I might be taking a nap after that. Anyway, they can't all be good games, fellas. Sorry about that. But we had fun today, didn't we? Thanks again to all you guys for hanging out with me on this Thanksgiving 2025. The 46th anniversary of the 3-day San Francisco cruise. What kind of record after this ball game? I don't know. Ted Nugent, Motor City Madhouse. Eighth inning, Boughton in his third endurance inning, facing the heart of the Detroit lineup. Norm Cash, 0 for 3, will start it off. Boughton gets his sign, comes in with a 5-10 lefty. Cash lifts it to right. Playable for Maris, and there's one down. And where were you today, Ernest? You just got home, huh? K-Line 1 for 3 with a home run, standing up there now as Boughton issues the pitch. It's a 5-5 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep left, backing up his right, and it's gone. Al K-Line with his second home run of the game. Homer number 11 for K-Line. That makes it 10-4. And here's Jim Northrup. One more hitter walk will fatigue Boughton. Reniff is ready. Boughton's pitch to Northrup on a 1-6 righty. That's driven high and deep to right. Maris back at the track, at the wall, off the wall. Northrup into second with a double, and that's going to be it for Boughton. Here comes Houck. Boughton had a fine day, just ran out of gas. 7 1/3 for Boughton today. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 hits. 4 runs so far. He walked 3. Struck out quite a few, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts for Boughton. And Hal Reniff jogging in from the New York pen. Willie Horton up, freehand to follow. Good for you, Ernest. I thought about doing that, and I still might. I don't know who's open at this point, but Panda Express sounds pretty good right now. Okay, here's Reniff. Runner on second, one down. 10-4 is the score. Horton 0 for 2 with a walk. Reniff into the windup. The pitch is a 4-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Reniff fans Horton, and the batter is Bill Freehand. Reniff into the windup on a 6-4 right-handed. Grounder shortstop X. Tough chance for Boyer. Into the hole. 319. On an 8, error range, 7 on a 19, and the play is made by Boyer, who throws him out to end the inning. Nice play by Boyer at short. A run for the Tigers on K-Line's second homer of the game. They leave one, and the score 10-4 now. Monbouquet comes out for his second inning of the day. And Roger Maris will lead off the bottom of the inning. Maris 0 for 4 standing in from the left side. Monbouquet into his windup. It's a 5-8 lefty. That's high and deep to right. Northrup backing up, and that's off the wall. Northrup coasts into second with a stand-up double. I'm sorry, Maris. Did I say Northrup? Maris coasts into second with a stand-up double. And here's Pepitone with 2 home runs and a double today. 5 RBIs. The pitch to Pepitone. 6-4 lefty. Fly center field X. Tough chance for K-Line. 2-E3. He's on his horse now. On a 16. He's there to make the catch. It's way back there, however, and that's going to allow Maris to tag up and take third. So a very deep fly ball moves the runner over. They'll pull it in for Gibbs with 1 down. Pitch from Monbouquet is a 1-6, and a ground ball plus turns into a single, and man, everything's going the Yankees' way today. It's an RBI single for Gibbs, driving in Maris, and it is 11-4. Here's Boyer now. Monbouquet out of the stretch. 2-4 righty. He pops him up. Euler will take it. And that's the second out. Providence, Rhode Island, right? I assume. I don't know of any other Providence. Roy White hitting left-handed. Monbouquet with the pitch. 3-7 righty. He loses him ball 4. Gibbs moves to second. And we're going to let Reniff hit. He's also a 4W. He is a right-handed hitter, 6'9", pops him up to short. It's Euler. And the side is retired. Yankees add on a run on 2 hits, leave 2. And it's 11-4 as we go to the 9th. Hey, I want to thank everybody again for spending a healthy part of your Thanksgiving here with me today. It's definitely made the day go by in a fun way. Confirming my old belief that if you don't have anything to do, roll a game of Strat-O-Matic. Should we bat for Euler? Probably. We'll save Brown to hit for the pitcher. Don Wirt's going to hit for Euler. Reniff ready to go to work. Pitch to Wirt on a 1-7 righty. Liner to short. Single to 18. And it's speared by a leaping Boyer on a 20. Wouldn't you know it? Batting for the pitcher will be Gates Brown. Brown at 300 on the year, 4 home runs. Reniff with the pitch. It is a 5-8 lefty, and Brown drills it deep to right field. That's going to get past Maris and to the wall. Brown pulls up with a double. Pinch hit double by Gates Brown. The batter is Dick McAuliffe. 1 out in the 9th in a blowout. Brown at second. Reniff's pitch to McAuliffe. 2-6 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. Probably should hit for Trzaskowski, but what's left? Now they need Trzaskowski. They've already hit for the shortstop. They say we could hit with Lumpy, but he can't play both positions. Reniff pitch to Dick Trzaskowski on a 6-8. Liner to second. Single 14. He's got it. Infield single for Trzaskowski, and he's 3 for 4 with a walk. How about that? Look at that card against righties. So the bases are loaded. Let's see who they've got. Pedro Ramos throwing in the Yankee pen now. Hamilton sat down long ago with the score being so lopsided. Well said, unmitigated. 11-4, bases loaded. 1 out in the 9th. Norm Cash the batter, Al Kaline to follow. Rough day for Cash. Flew to right 3 times and struck out in the 4th. Reniff gets his sign. The full windup, the 112 righty, and he hits him. That forces in Brown. It's 11-5. And here comes Houck. He's seen enough out of Reniff. You can't expect patience when you hit a guy with the bases loaded, and they're going to go to Pedro Ramos. So that isn't right. 2/3, so just 1 inning for Reniff. 1 out. Bases still loaded, and here's Kaline, who's homered twice. A blast here by Kaline. Well, it wouldn't tie it, but it would make it interesting. Okay, here's Pedro Ramos, ready to go to work against Al Kaline. Here's the pitch on a 1-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to short, double play ball to Boyer, to Richardson for 1, to Pepitone, and that's the ball game. An 11-4 blowout. That's the final. I'll have the totals here in a minute. Boughton, of course, is the winner. He's 3-2. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Bowden allowed 4 runs. Reniff in his inning, 2 hits and a run. Wait, that isn't right. Oh, it was 5. I'm sorry. That's why it's not adding up. It's 11-5. Thank you, guys. Reniff walked 1, hit 1. That drove him out of the game. Struck out 1. Ramos, 2/3 of an inning. Monbouquet worked 2 innings, gave up 2 hits and a run. Walked 1, no strikeouts. Pena in his 2 innings of work. That was Padres. Hang on, that's not right. No, it wasn't. That's Pena's inning. Pena, 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1 and no strikeouts. The loser is obviously Wickersham, who got shelled in the first inning. He drops to 1-3. Thank you, everybody. I have to admit, I'm tired. But it's a lot of fun. Player of the game, I think, is Pepitone. What do you guys think? Yankees win it with 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The Tigers, 5 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, both by the shortstop, Ray Euler. Joe Pepitone is your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game. You know, Ben, I probably will do a game tomorrow. But I'm going to see how I feel in the morning. Most likely I will. And that would be the next scheduled game, which is Dodgers at Giants. The starting pitchers in that one will be Bobby Bolin and Claude Osteen. So I still have to enter all 3 of these games, so I will do that, and we'll see about the starting time. But I think it'll be the usual time. Anyway, I want to thank everybody once again for spending a very generous part of your Thanksgiving with me. As always, appreciate the support. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves as much as I did. I'll look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Have a great evening, and one last happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Take care, everybody.